Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's always great to have a bunch of coaches online and ready to coach this season. Just so you know, tonight I am recording the presentation. We have the chat set up for question and answers, and Nick's going to monitor that, and we'll certainly send you meeting notes tomorrow. Or actually Friday probably, with all of this information. So don't worry if you miss something, you'll have access to it later. So again, welcome. Again, my name is Barry Spitzer. I'm the Executive Director of Tuscaloosa United Soccer. I've been coaching soccer for over 37 years, coached college for over 20, started the Sanford Women's Program, coached at Lourdes University. So and a few other colleges. So I've coached Division I, NAIA, junior college, men's side, women's side. You know, a lot of people go, well, Barry, why did you leave college coaching? And really was it for a passion for the game and wanting it to get better. And I thought, you know, I can have more of an impact coaching in youth soccer than I can at the college level. So over the last really 10 years, I've done a lot of continuing education for myself. I became a grassroots instructor for U.S. Soccer, so I teach coaches to be coaches, and then also have my advanced youth development certificate from the United Soccer Coaches. Done a lot of work with Tovo Academy and World Football Academy, and a lot of this is been for the express purpose for youth development. So I'm really excited about that, and I see a lot of growth in Tuscaloosa. That was another reason why I chose to come to this club. Over the last 2.5 years I've been here, we've increased the club size 51%. And so rec's gotten bigger, academy's gotten bigger, the competitive side has gotten bigger. We had 13 teams this last fall. 5 of them competed in the state championship, and all 5 won. So we're really excited about the success there. But, you know, for our mission, it's, you know, to help players get to where they want to be. And that to me is a lot of different things. Maybe they just want to play soccer and have fun with their friends. That excites me. Maybe they want to become high school players or play college soccer. More than happy to help them get there and do that. And then, you know, maybe there's a few out there that might go professional one day, and that'd be exciting. But the thing that even excites me more is the player that comes to our club maybe 5-10 years down the road, comes back to me and says, hey, coach, I want to coach a team for the club. So I'm just really excited about that and the development we're getting there. So we have league. So we're set up as a club, not a league. And there's just a little bit of a difference there. And a league is, you know, a group of teams that come together and they compete. And there's nothing wrong with that. Paris sponsors a lot of leagues within our system. Where the soccer club is different is that we're here for the development of players and for a common interest of the love of the game of soccer. So right down here, to me, the most important part of all this is this recreational part. And that's where you are coming in as coaches. You're that volunteer coach. Some of these kids, it's going to be their first time experiencing soccer. Some of them, they've been playing for 2 or 3 years, but you're here to help guide them to love the game more. That's really what I hope you come into this, is that you just help us have those kids love the game more, go in their backyard, grab their friends, and they play soccer at home as well. And then hopefully through time, we'll identify players who maybe become in our academy program and then competitive program. And so the core of our philosophy, and something I would love all of you to maybe get on the U.S. Soccer's website and research a little bit, is embracing the grassroots philosophy. Because at the grassroots level, children learn and develop to their full potential through game-like experiences in an enjoyable environment, and that really supports their individual growth. They end up loving the game. They interact better with themselves and their coaches and their peers. And so I just think if we can get these kids playing and having fun, and that's one reason I have John here, who's going to help us out in a little while, then we can fulfill that role of development and the love of the game. So player development, how kids have fun. There was this great research done, the fun integration theory, broke everything down into 11 categories, 81 factors. And the number one thing that kids said they had fun with was when coaches gave them compliments. And so having that positive coaching environment, catch them doing something good. We've all watched, or hopefully we've all watched professional games. There's lots of mistakes. We can point out mistakes all day long. Those are easy, but it's catching them do the right thing. And so then they're going to want to do that right thing over and over again. So I just, it's, hey, Nick, that was a great pass. Hey, John, way to run into that space and make the field bigger for us. Finding those things is key. And then, of course, playing well during the game, asking the kids, what did you do well today? What did you think went well in the half? What did you think did well during the whole game? You'll get some great answers and kind of see into their mind how they view the game. And then, of course, there's certainly end of season parties and training with specialty coaches and having a well-organized practice, which we're going to give you the keys to success there today as well. And then 30th was winning. And so as a college coach, and there are players in this club who've played for me, and there are players that have played college soccer for me in this club. They all know that I love to win. But at the end of the day, with the youth program, it's about development, and winning comes. We play to win, but that's not our focus. And actually, that's not where kids have the most fun. So as we break this down, the rec ages U5 through U8, it's the balls playing with me and I'm playing with the ball. And hopefully, over these next, couple months, we can get them to understand that they're playing with their friends. And so, those practices are Tuesday, Thursday, and at Sokol Park, it's going to be the U5 and U6 from 5:45 to 6:30, and U7 to 8 from 6:45 to 7:30. And then Nick, who's online with us tonight, he's the rec coordinator for Sokol Park. And then you also, for Bobby Miller, the U5 through U8 is going to practice 5:45 to 6:30. So it's a little bit different. And we got Coach Brandon here as well, who's the rec coordinator for Bobby Miller. And if you guys were at the parent meeting last night, Bobby Miller is going to be a little bit different because we're still missing 4 coaches, and so they're going to practice as a group. So I know we've got a couple of you on here. So Coach Brandon will still meet with you guys and help kind of coordinate that. And of course, we start February 22nd, and then practices are going to be that Tuesday, Thursday, and after the Jamboree, which is the first game on a Saturday. From then on, games will be on Thursdays. So then we've got that U9 through U12 group. So they're starting to understand I'm playing with my friends. Now I'm playing with a team, hopefully over this time frame. We've got the U9, U10 playing 7v7 soccer. So that's 8 field players, 1 goalkeeper. And then we've got the U11, U12 playing 9v9, and that's 8 field players and a goalkeeper. And so their practices are going to be Tuesday and Thursday from 5:45 to 6:45. That's the U9, U10s. And then the U11, U12s will practice from 7 to 8 p.m. And of course, they start February 22nd as well. And their games are going to be Saturday mornings. And they, just to note, you'll have 1 game on a Thursday. So then this is exciting, the U13 through U18 group. A couple years ago, this was like 20-ish players. We've grown to almost 40 players. We've got 4 coaches out there that are excited about this. So what you're going to do those first week is I'd like you to pool train, and we'll kind of get the 4 of you together on a call or through some emails, pool train, and then pick teams, and then we'll get those teams out to people, and then from then on we'll work out the game schedule. But that'll be Mondays and Wednesdays starting February 23rd. Okay. We talked about one of the key things was an organized practice. In the past, I would write these great lesson plans, triangles, circles, and no one understood them because no one could understand my hieroglyphics. But then came along Mojo, and which is a great, exciting app that we have John from Mojo today who's going to help us out, kind of go through all that, to show us the app, explain the features, and how you can have a great organized practice. So I'm going to stop presenting, John, and hopefully you can take over.
Well, that's the biggest surprise, Barry, is that there's a 6-year-old talking to them about what they should be. No, I am now an adult, I guess in age only. So nice to be with you all, Barry. Thanks as always for having us. I will compliment Barry. Barry's been a supporter and a believer in Mojo since our early days, and so it's always great to be back with Tuscaloosa to show you all how the app works and make sure that we can set you up for the season ahead. I'll just be, I know Barry's got a lot to get through tonight, so I'll be brief. And I just want to make sure that you all are aware what Mojo is, how it works, and then make sure I can answer any questions that you have about the app. This is a free app that's available to any coach anywhere. And Mojo is an app that helps you plan fun, effective practices in just a matter of seconds. Our belief is that there's a great coach that lies within everyone, and you just need a tool like Mojo to unlock it. So with Mojo, we're going to help you unlock that great coach that lies within all of you. And our belief is that if we can do that, we can keep our kids coming back week after week, season after season, and hopefully reach their full potential, not only as players, but as people. And if we can do that, then we're going to reach our ultimate goal, which is to make sports more fun for the whole family. And so you'll hear us talk about that a lot at Mojo, about how we make youth sports less stressful and more fun for coaches, parents, and players. We do that in a couple different ways. The first is that we focus on trying to assemble some of the foremost experts in youth sports and childhood development to make sure that everything that we recommend is age appropriate, expert backed, and time tested. We don't want you going searching through Google or YouTube. We've done that dirty work for you. And not only that, we've taken all that expertise and made sure it's not locked up somewhere on the internet or in a classroom. It is on our app and with videos attached to them that are really fun to watch, short, quick videos that give you a quick explanation on what you need to be doing on the field with your team. All that content, all that expertise is in an app which is free and easy to use for coaches, and it gets you set up on your practice plan in a matter of seconds, personalized to your needs, and takes care of you throughout the rest of the season. And then something for coaches that's been with us before or haven't checked this out yet, we also have a number of individual training videos that you can use with your sons or daughters outside of a practice, and so can the parents. So when you want to work on dribbling, after you taught it at a practice on a Wednesday, you can do so at your local park, backyard, driveway, whatever it might be. Just to emphasize sort of who we work with and how we've gone about doing this, as I mentioned, we support a number of sports, but we started with soccer. We started with USU Soccer and FC Barcelona as our soccer partners, but then we've also recently added partnerships with NFL Flag to do flag football, NBA for basketball, and most recently Major League Baseball for baseball and softball. So that's a little background about us, what we do at Mojo, and now just going to show you all a little bit about how the app works by showing you a little demonstration on my phone. And so I'm going to share my screen here and see if we can get this going. It looks like it's coming up now. So again, Mojo is a free app for coaches available on an iPhone or an Android device. And this is something that we think about you all having 5 minutes in the parking lot, 5 minutes on your lunch break to figure out what you're doing at practice that night. Mojo is here for you. So you download the app from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You'll enter in your name, email address, and password to set up an account. You choose what sport you're coaching. So of course we're talking soccer tonight. You choose how old your players are. Choose your age group so we can recommend what's age appropriate for your team. Choose how big your roster is, how long your practices are, and how skilled your team is. Based on those questions and answers, we'll provide you with a playbook filled with practice plans and activities that'll take care of you for the rest of the season. So I'll choose beginner, and then I can add my son or daughter to the team, and I'll go over more of this in depth in a second, but this is just so with those individual activities that we have align with what we're learning as a team. But I'll skip that step for now, hit OK to get into the app, and then I've got a little to-do list that Mojo provides for me just so I know what to do next. I'll hit that first one to check out my first practice. I'll hit that pink button to confirm today's practice time. And then in a matter of seconds, I've just gotten an age-appropriate expert back practice. So no more searching through Google or YouTube, or if you're like Barry, scribbling lines on a piece of paper. It is all right here for you. And what's great about Mojo is you pop into any of these activities, you find this layout, which is really highlighted by our videos. And these are not your average YouTube videos. These are ones that we created in partnership with Mandalay Sports Media, which is the production company behind the Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary. We got to film them at some cool places. So that's our MLS stadium here in Los Angeles. And we got to make sure that all these videos you could watch in a quick session, whether it's in the parking lot or wherever. All the videos, 60 seconds, 90 seconds in length, so you could watch a couple of them before you head out onto the field. And then as Barry mentioned, really important to have all the kids involved. These are going to be games-based activities, so not going to be encouraging kids to waiting in long lines. A lot of activity, a lot of kids touching the ball, just so they can start to feel comfortable playing soccer and having fun with their friends. So that exists for all of our videos. In addition to the videos, you've got descriptions and diagrams, information on how to set it up, what to expect, coaching tips, how to make it harder, how to make it easier. If you want to find a new activity, just hit replace. You can come down here, choose something like dribbling, find your favorite activity, your favorite movie, like 101 Dalmatians. You find that same layout, you hit replace, and the practice plan gets updated for that day. If you have some more time on your hands, if you've coached a few seasons like Barry and you want to poke around on the app a little bit more, if you see those icons in the middle, the far right one says edit. I'll hit that edit button. I can move things around. I could add, replace, delete, whatever I want to do right there, and I'll hit save to update my practice plan for that day. Whenever I want to add a new practice, hit that plus sign in the calendar. I'll add another practice for next Wednesday. We practice on Wednesday nights. I could repeat this session just like that in my practice plan, and I could hit save to add that practice plan for that day. And then whenever I want to get to that next practice, I'll hit build practice, and I could choose a practice plan to focus on based on a certain skill, or let the Mojo app take care of me automatically. And just like that, there's my second practice plan of the season. Still age appropriate and expert backed, but even more tailored to my needs as a coach. So that's really how the Mojo app works. We provide those practice plans week in and week out for you as coaches. And again, that is free and available to any coach anywhere. I always want to be clear about some additional functionality. You see those icons in the middle. The far left says invite. Coaches, you can invite the parents onto the platform by sending them a text message or an email. Benefit for you all is that now parents get onto the platform. You guys can use a communication tool that we've got in the app. So whether you've got Wizard Duel coming up in your practice, you want to share that with those parents. You see that share button next to Wizard Duel. I could post that in our all-team chat. Now, when my parents get that message, they can come into our all-team chat. They could watch the video. Maybe you've got a couple mini assistant coaches that show up to the field because they've seen Wizard Duel before practice. Or if you want to tell them, we're at the far fields tonight, you could use this as a communication tool about logistics, or share photos, take videos of your kids this season, share them amongst the team. Everyone is going to love that. So that's free and available for both coaches and parents on both sides. And then I always want to be clear about how we keep the lights on at Mojo. There is a subscription, an optional upgrade in the app for our Play tab. This is where you could find some one-on-one training activities that are going to be great to, as I said, to work on at the home, for your parents to work on at home. Again, similar idea where you've got a video and description, but you'll notice the difference with these: one adult, one child. So this is, again, for one-on-one training that you or your families could do at home this season in between practices. You can access all of our sports, all of our videos for a subscription price of either $9.99 each month or $59.99 for the year. But again, that's an optional additional upgrade that you can decide whether or not to subscribe to. Everything for you as coaches is free and available on that practice tab, on that chat tab for you all this season. So that's a little bit about how the app works, and I'll just round out tonight's presentation by just showing you all some information about how to download Mojo, and then I'll turn you back over to Barry. So if this is coming up now, I think it is. To download Mojo, if you haven't already, go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can find Mojo by searching for Mojo Sports. You can also follow the links that I've got up on the screen here, bit.ly/TUSCMOJO, or you can take a picture with your camera phone of that QR code that I've got up on screen. Please, I'll leave my email in the chat. It's John, JOHN at mojo.sport, but there's a support email down below. Should you have any questions, that's always a great place to contact us. And at YouGotMojo on social media, always a good place to follow what's coming up next. So Barry, thank you as always for having us. Thank you to all the coaches for getting involved with your families, with your community. We're big believers in coaches here at Mojo, so we're excited to unlock that great coach that lies within all of you this season.
Thank you, John. I really do appreciate you taking the time to help us out, and appreciate everything you do at Mojo. Full disclosure, everybody, I don't make a penny from Mojo, but what I do get is time back to me, and that I'm not having to search for lesson plans that are easy for 68 different teams. That's what we have this fall, John. So
awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. And so I want to, what was the term we used the other day, John? It was not that it's mandatory, but it is mandatory.
We expect.
We expect. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to encourage all of you to use the app. It's a great resource. With our soccer camps, we use it. We create the lesson plans for all our coaches with the soccer camps. With the new Rec Challenge League, we're going to be using it a lot with them. Our first 2 practices we've already scheduled for the Rec Challenge League that's coming up this season for their practices. But as I've told John and the people at Mojo before, when I walk around the fields, I can tell what coaches use the app and who doesn't. The kids are always moving and having fun with a soccer ball at their feet, and that's the best thing to do to get them to fall in love with the game. So again, John, I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all. Have a great rest of your night.
Yeah. Take care. So other resources for us guys, there's US Soccer Learning System. If you're John, actually, will you talk for maybe 30 more seconds about some of the articles and other resources for coaches? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. I apologize. I probably went over that.
Because that's my lead into this.
Yeah, sure. Barry, you mind if I share my screen once more, just real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to share with you all, Barry brings up a great point. If you've coached before, if you haven't coached before, just getting the activity down of sharks and minnows can, oh boy. Sorry, there's the echo.
Wrench into it, John, sorry.
No, you're good. Coaching goes beyond just the X's and O's sometimes. A lot about how to motivate and inspire your children. And if you come over, we went over the practice tab tonight, the chat tab, but again, another free resource for coaches and parents is going to be on the Learn tab. And this is where you can find some great information, some commonly asked questions about why coaches should talk less and watch more. If you come up here to the search bar, if I were to search for positive coaching, you're going to see a lot of great coaching tips, a lot of things that what to expect on your first day of practice, how to create a team culture. There's just a wealth of resources here that's going to be really help you kind of round out your coaching toolkit for this season. And so we often joke that the practices and the videos are the meat and potatoes, but these are the fruits and veggies that everybody needs and will really keep you and the team healthy for the team for this season. So want to just point that out on the app whenever you're wondering about certain topics. Come over to the Learn tab. There's a lot of great information here. Again, things like how to get kids focused Yeah, a point there, and I know as Barry will attest, this is coaching does really go beyond just being able to set up a practice and run drills. And Mojo's got a wealth of resources on the app and on our website that highlight those topics and those questions.
Thank you, John. Because I'll say, whether you're a first-year coach or a veteran coach, I read a couple of those articles as I was kind of gearing up, getting my mind ready to coach academy 10-year-olds this spring season. But another great resource that kind of, if you have the time to dive into it, it's a little longer than the little reads that you have on the Mojo app and the little videos, is U.S. Soccer has the U.S. Soccer Learning Center. There's a free intro course. I think it's 25 minutes long, but it kind of goes into what to expect with different age groups. And then if you really want to get into it, they've got some the 44, 77, 99 course that you have to pay for, and it'll kind of go more into the specifics of the child development of the age groups that you're coaching. Nothing mandatory there, but I do highly recommend taking the free intro one. And so a little bit of more of the nuts and bolts we have to do is, if you have not completed the coaching application through Para, either last fall or this spring, then I need you to do that. It's something we got to do once a year before you coach, and that's part of the background check. And then Alabama state law is everybody has to take the coach safely training. So if you did that last fall, you're good to go. If you haven't, then I need you to do that. And we'll send you those links in the meeting notes as well. So the first day, so at Sokol Park, you're going to go to the front table at the front gate, and you're going to get your equipment bag, which is going to have pennies. We're going to give you your roster and everything you need. So the pennies, of course, we want to encourage you to wash those every week. Best to not have the players switch them around. You'll have cones. We ask that for safety's sake, that only you and an adult move goals and that players don't hang on them. And then, it's like I said, we'll give you 2 rosters. And what we'd like you to do is, that first day is take roll and then turn that back into us before you leave that night. If someone comes to your field and they're not on your roster, then just send them to the front table and we will help them out to find the right place. And then the other roster is for you to keep notes on your players. And then uniforms. We're busy sorting 1,200 jerseys right now. We're getting those ready for you. We'll have that done and in bags, and we'll give you those that week before the Jamboree. And then you'll hand out those jerseys to your players, and we will email you before that day, and we'll also email the parents so they know what to do as well.
Hey, Barry.
Yes.
Are you reading off the slide right now? Because it's not moving for me.
It's not moving?
Yeah.
Okay. What slide do you see?
The first one, the intro slide.
Oh, really? Thank you. I'm going to stop presenting and come back and see if that fixes it. What slide do you see now?
Uniforms.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So did you see this? Did you see this? No. That was the soccer, that was what I talked about with the U.S. Learning Center, then about coach application, coach safely. First day, go to the front table, equipment bag, goals, don't just adults move them. 2 rosters, take roll, bring one back to the front table, keep the other one for yourself. If a player shows up that's in the wrong place, then send them to us and we'll help them find the right place. And then uniforms, we will get you those the week before the Jamboree. And so you'll hand them out to your players. They'll be all sorted and ready to go for you. And then our COVID-19 guidelines, really, we'll follow all the national, local, state guidelines, but it boils down to if a player or you have been exposed or test positive, then we want you to quarantine for 5 days and be symptom-free for 24 hours. And anything you tell us about that, we'll always keep confidential. So weather, if we have inclement weather, we have to close the fields that day. We will let everybody know by 4 o'clock. And with that said, if schools close early or we know there's imminent bad weather, like we're keeping an eye on for tomorrow, we'll let everybody know earlier. But if it's just sprinkling and we think we can get out on that field, we're going to hold off until 4 o'clock before we make that call. And then the way we let everybody know that the fields are closed is through the one call system. And that number is the Belk activity number. And so what you would get is a phone call on your cell phone from that number. And then a voice message that says that to give you the announcement of the fields are closed. Another great option is to opt into the text message alert. So you just text alert to the 22300 number. Now it's not set up yet. We'll have all that set up by Monday. And I'll send out an email to everybody reminding them of our weather status and for our policy for inclement weather, and that'll be kind of the signal that you can text that number to opt into text alerts. And then Facebook is where we'll also post our weather field closures. So Bobby Miller field layout. So I know we've got a couple U5, U6, U7, U8 coaches. So you'll meet with Coach Brandon right there in the middle of field 3, and he'll kind of get you guys started that first day. And then the U7, the U9, U10, U11, U12 coaches, you'll just go straight to your fields.
Sorry to interrupt. The slides are acting up.
Really?
Again. It's stuck on the coaching requirements.
Oh my gosh.
Mine's working, so I don't know if it's
You there? Where are we now? What do you see now, Nick?
I still see coaching requirements.
Maybe that's the bad slide. I won't go back to that one.
I don't know if it's stuck for everybody.
Barry, I'm seeing the fields.
You are?
Field
Okay.
layout.
Okay. Maybe it's just you, Nick.
Oh,
So, okay, so we're on the field layouts, Brandon.
That's
Yeah,
what
there's
okay,
people in the chat saying they don't see it.
Okay. I'm going to reload it. I'm sorry, everybody. It's technical difficulty. Okay. Do we see Bobby Miller Field?
Yep, we see it now.
Okay, great. So coaches, except for that younger group, you'll go straight to your fields for your practice. And then Sokol North, here's the layout. Again, this will be on the website and we'll send it out to everybody in the meeting notes.
Did you go to Sokol North?
I did.
I don't know if it might just be me. It's stuck
Okay.
again.
We only have a few more. The next slide, if you guys can see it, is just how to communicate with us. My email, Nick's email, Brandon's email. Coaches, we encourage you to get the parents to communicate through you to us. Have their questions go to you first. Kind of helps me out, helps Nick out, helps Brandon out. So I get about 100 emails a day when rec starts. So I try to answer everybody, but that'll help us if you can kind of filter some of those. And then important dates. February 22nd is the first day. March 5th is the Jamboree. March 12th to the 19th is spring break, so no practice or games. April 10th is Tuscaloosa United Soccer Club's night at Legion FC. We'll send you more information about that as we get closer to the date. May 12th, just so it's kind of on your radar, is a Thursday night game night. So those of you who are not normally playing on Thursday night, you're going to play Thursday nights, that Thursday night. And then May 14th is the last day, awards day. Sort of the questions that I get the most are, when am I going to know my team, my coach, my practice field? Well, we're going to get all that organized. We still need 2 U6 coaches, a U7 coach, 4 U8 coaches, a U11 coach at Sokol. So if somebody out there is an assistant coach and feels like after they've seen that awesome Mojo app that they could go out on their own, then we'd love to encourage you to do that and and shoot us an email, and we'll get you set up with that. And then, so we're going to send that right now. We've told all the parents we're going to send them that information by 10 a.m. Monday, their team, their coach, their practice field assignment. Check in, as we said, just go straight to the field, except for that one little group with Bobby Miller. You're going to get your jerseys that week before the Jamboree. Game schedule will come out the week before the Jamboree. And then our weather policy is we use the one call system, and we let you know by 4. Some great resources. Again, at the end of probably Friday, I'll get all these notes together and I'll email this to everybody. You'll have access to the video as well, which to get all this information. So don't worry if you've missed something. The Para website's a great resource. Our Facebook page, soccerparenting.com. I love to watch you play. Pandemic Parenting, Mojo, and then the U.S. Soccer website for the learning stuff is great resources. As always, our priority is safety, fun, and development of the game, and development and the love of the game. Hopefully you're on the front lines for me and Nick and Brandon, so we're there to help you, and always we're there to help you have a safe environment, a fun environment, and if you ever need help with us with development of your players, we're there as well. Hopefully we can see this last slide. I talk about safety. So the AED at Sokol Park is in the middle building, in the middle of the park, and the AED at Bobby Miller is inside the building. And I'm working on getting a portable one that we can bring out to the field. So I look forward to a great season. I guess, Nick, I know there's lots of hands up and lots of little questions. If you can help us out there.
Let's see. All right. So, let's see. First question. Jonathan asked, will you be emailing slides or stuff out for?
Yeah, so I'm going to email the notes, and I might email the slide deck out as well, since we had a little glitch with some of you seeing this. But you'll get all the notes from this and access to the video.
Let's see. So Mike had basically the same question. So yeah, you'll get the video. Mike asked, do we need coaches for U6 at Sokol or Bobby Miller? I know we do at Sokol.
What I have from my last count is I need 2 U6 coaches at Sokol, and I need 1 U5, U6 coach at Bobby Miller.
Okay.
I'll go through the whole list just so everybody hears. So 2 U6 at Sokol, 1 U7 at Sokol, 4 U8 at Sokol, 1 U11 at Sokol. And then at Bobby Miller, we need 1 U5, U6, and 3 U7, U8.
Yeah, and there should be an email about that was sent out, I know, within the last couple of days.
Yeah. So we've gotten this number of our need down. And just so you know, with Bobby Miller, with our numbers, we combined U5, U6, and U7, U8, so we have enough for 4 teams in each of those age groups.
Okay. I know Arthur had his hand raised. I don't know.
Arthur, did you ask in the chat or do I need to?
Yeah, if you're able to ask in chat, if not, we can, I guess, let them talk on the mic. Mike asked, do we know team names / sizes? I'm assuming of teams.
Well, of course we have our fun names that we've had, Mike. So that'll all come out. So when I'll send parents an email that says who their coach is, what their team name is, what their practice field is, and in that will be your email address so they can contact you if they need to. And then you're going to get another email as the coach that has your whole team roster, the player name, the parent name, the email address to those kids. So off the top of my head, I'm not sure what age group that you coach specifically, Mike, but what we try to do is for the 4v4 teams, those sizes are could be as low as 6, but probably 7, 8 players. 8 sounds like a lot, but kids miss because they're sick or they go out of town or something like that. So you usually have 7 to 8 on a 4v4 team. On the 7v7 teams, they're a little bit big. I think we've got 12, 13 players each on those teams. And then on the 9v9 team, I think there's 15 on a team. If I think that's what you're asking. But that you'll have your roster with contacts of parents and everything. So
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can. Go ahead, Brandon.
So just want to make sure that anybody that's coaching at Sokol, that's U5 through U8, the first 2 practices, we're just going to try to recruit a few more coaches and blend in the team and kind of figure out the teams, right? So
You're talking about Bobby Miller.
Bobby Miller, sorry.
Yeah.
If you're a Bobby Miller U5 through U8, don't panic. You won't get that email yet because we've got to formulate the teams in those first 2 practices. We'll just do group practice. Don't worry about your having your lesson plans or Mojo or whatever. We'll just do group practice, and then we'll recruit the other coaches, and then you get the same email Barry's talking about. It'll just be, after the first 2 practices, right?
Yep, exactly. Thank you, Brandon, for clarifying that with that group. So good questions. Anything else, Nick? Did you guys finally see the last slide?
No, it's still stuck on Bobby Miller.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't worry, I will send out notes. I'll send out the slide deck. You'll get all the information.
I only had one more meeting left, and
yeah. This was our 4th meeting in 2 days, and this is the only time the slide deck didn't work. So
let's see. Are there any rules about prayer before games? Any miscellaneous rules?
I do not have any miscellaneous rules. That is up to you and your team.
Yeah.
So
we'll send out we'll send out game rules also.
Yeah. So when the schedule goes out, we make sure you'll have all the 4v4, 77, 9v9 rules that are particular to Tuscaloosa United. But so okay. I guess my only miscellaneous rules don't yell at the referees. Nick's doing a great job. We've been the Alabama State Association. Of course, we want to grow and develop the game of soccer, but part of that is growing and developing referees. So we've put a lot of effort into getting referees. We've got some great young youth referees out there, and so they're some of them are veterans and some of them will be their first time out there, and we just want you to encourage them so we can grow referees, grow players, and grow coaches. I'm good. Unless if you have a question, you forget something, certainly you can email me, email Nick, email Brandon. We'll get you all our contact information. We look forward to seeing you guys out on the field. Have a great night, and we will see you soon. You can you can referee a 4v4 game you won't have to run. So ask Nick, when you get Nick's contact, tell him you want to referee 4v4 games. Have a good night.